Hello, welcome to another Marky-mark video. Happy New Year to you. It's nice to see some bright sunshine coming in actually, end of the day, and yeah, I've had a few good records drop in I'm going to share with you now, and a few CDs which we won't talk about until the very end, so if you're awake and you're interested, I'll tell you what I'm doing in addition to my vinyl obsession. So let's kick things off. I'm going to do two videos. This is the one of two videos because a lot of stuff's dropped in. I'm going to talk about firstly this little wonder. So this is Courtney Pine, Journey to the Urge Within. I could shut that curtain, but I quite like having the sunshine coming through this time of the year. So this is Courtney Pine, Journey to the Urge Within. I should really turn that upside down. This is the hype sticker. Nice little story that comes with this. UK label called Analog October Records, and it's their first ever reissue, and mastered by Gearbox, pressed at Optimal. And it's Courtney Pine's landmark 1986 debut. And it is absolutely brilliant. I know the Jazz Bums have reviewed this, and I'm really pleased to have it. I've been in touch with the label to say well done, and they responded saying really thanks ever so much, really appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to more good things to come from Analog October. Can't fault it. It's an absolutely stunning record. And the sleeve, really high quality sleeve, and lined inner, etc, etc. Really, really good. Have a listen to this, it's fantastic. I didn't know about Courtney Pine until a month ago, and then managed to get this dropped fairly recently. So really recommend that, Courtney Pine. And let's move on now to another absolute fantastic jazz record, modern jazz, which I'm grateful to a few on the VC channel that have talked about this next release, which is absolutely amazing, and it's this Fire Orchestra Echoes. And I think somebody had this at number one of the best album from 2023. It's on Room Gramophone, and it's breathtakingly good. Massive, huge orchestral pieces. Starts off as this is the box. I don't do boxes, but all three records have this very tasteful kind of modern art covers. Really nice. I'm not going to get them out, but that one and this one. Now each of the tracks is called Echoes. On each of the records, and it starts off really. It's got a real head-turning, really nice sort of melody on the first album. Lulls you into a false sense of security. Really nice, tastefully beautiful strings and really nice percussion. And then you put on side C and D, and then there's a couple of suddenly goes chaotic, and you think, what the heck is this? Why have they done that? There's like a real frenetic avant-garde track, which is absolutely, I think it's actually called Lost Eyes in Dying Hand. A Lost Farewell is the second track on side D. So each side has its own single track, and it's bloody chaotic. It's all over the place, and then suddenly you hear this beat that suddenly brings it all together, and you think, right, okay, I know what's happening. It keeps you guessing. The whole thing keeps you guessing, and then it ends with side E and D, and the last track is Respirations, which is the same melody and the same track as the first track on side A, but with a really nice kind of funny, lyrical, hip-hoppy kind of vocals. I think this is probably something that is, you need to sit and listen to this and digest it. It's beautifully made, perfectly pressed, and it's just really fabulous. It's Jim O'Rourke who mixed it. There's the hype sticker. This is Fire Orchestra Echoes. Really recommend it. And don't be put off by the second disc and some of the very, very avant-garde noise. If you listen to it in the round, it all makes sense, and it's just more and more. You can just dive into this, and I'm picking up more and more as I listen to it. Really highly recommend having a listen to this. Really, really good. Yeah, Fire Orchestra. Now then, this is one I've been holding back on. I don't know why, but I've seen it and I've been streaming it quite a lot. Tar the Eldoward. I probably said that all wrong. Alice Coltrane. And again, I'm really pleasantly surprised by Third Man Records who pressed this. They the last one last one I had from Third Man, I think it was Chicken Fat, Mel Brown, I think, and it's still in my head, like one of the most filthiest, grimiest records I've ever bought, brand new, and it cleaned up really good, thankfully, and it sounds fantastic. This was much better, and if you haven't heard this, you really need to. I think it's Alice. I got this following the last Marky-mark video I did with schizophrenia, Wayne Shorter's Schizophrenia. I think it was schizophrenia. No, was it schizophrenia? No, it was McCoy Tyner's Extensions, where Alice is on the harp. Beautiful, beautiful record. Well, this has got Pharoah Sanders on it, and it's got Joe Henderson, and the most beautiful tune that you're ever likely to hear, I think it's the most beautiful, is Turiya and Ramakrishna. Beautiful on side A. Fantastic. Really worth getting your hands on this. I know it's probably a bit shiny. I don't like the front cover. I still think that looks quite phallic from afar. I'm sorry, I keep thinking that looks like something a bit other than what it is. Anyway, fantastic, beautifully tender, and I've seen a couple of fellow YouTubers on the community saying it's not far off from the first pressing in terms of quality. Sounds perfect to me. Anyway, next one up. Now, again, rabbit holes everywhere. I saw this and had to listen to it, and as soon as I listened to it on Spotify, I just thought, my goodness, this is coming home with me. There's no doubt about it. I'm a huge Bill Evans fan, don't get me wrong. I love McCoy Tyner, but discovering Phineas Newborn Jr. on the piano, this is as good as it gets. A world of piano, and again, Kraft have done a fantastic job on this. It came out last year, it's 2023, and we've got Bernie Grumman did the mastering. We've got Paul Chambers on bass. That was one of the things that really drew me. I love Paul Chambers, and Philly Joe Jones on drums, Sam Jones on bass, and Louis Hayes on drums. So fantastic. Yeah, so you got two drummers on here, both recorded. One was recorded in 1961 October, and the second one was November 1961. This is absolutely fantastic. It is 10 out of 10. It's an outstanding record. It's fantastic. Such melody, it just draws you in, and you're instantly kind of hooked into some of these fantastic, like the first track, Cheryl, is just so, like, there's a real immediacy to the music. It draws you right in. That was by Charlie Parker, and the second one is Mantica or Mantisa by Dizzy Gillespie. So they're all covers. There's not any that he's done himself, but my goodness, fantastic. Really recommend this. A World of Piano, and it's a 10 out of 10. Okay, now I was a bit naughty. A friend of mine got me onto Ahmad Jamal, and I saw this and read about it, read all the reviews, and just had to get both. Now they're from the Jazz Detective, so I know the Jazz Detective. I can't remember what he was previously called. Yeah, Zev Feldman. But these came out with Ahmed's blessing, I think, before he passed away, sadly. They're both numbered, and I think it's this one that's a bit more lively. I've listened to them a few times, but I need to give them a bit more of a go. These are fantastic, beautiful live recordings from the Penthouse Seattle, 1963, 64, and 65, 66. There we go. This one is labelled 4,387, now to 5,000, and this one is 1,844. Fantastic. Love Ahmad Jamal, easy listening, late night vibes, beautifully made records. If you can get your hands on it. I think it's this one that's a bit more difficult to get hold of, but both really easy listening, relaxed with a whiskey. You just chill out to Ahmad Jamal, but thoroughly recommend both of those. And then it's on at the moment, Night Dreamer, Wayne Shorter. Lovely record, and it sounds almost kicks off. It sounds like a Herbie on piano, but it's not. It's McCoy Tyner with Lee Morgan on trumpet, Reginald Workman on bass, Elvin Jones on drums. I think that's the last track. Oh no, it's another track. Yeah, it's typical Blue Note classic vinyl series. They've got their act together, and this is a fabulous Wayne Shorter. It's not too out there. I think you can just enjoy this and not be too. It's not like Schizophrenia or etc. It's a really nice listen, really tender. So that's part one of my vinyl. If you're still with me, I've just been going to a few UK charity shops, and they're being tipped off. There's some little bit of jazz, that you can find in these charity shops. So I'm just going to whip through these, and I just couldn't let them go. I've got a little Marantz CD player, which is fantastic. So the lazy days that I don't want to play any records, I just want to put a CD on. I couldn't let go of that. Dexter Gordon's Go for £1. Fabulous. The first track, Cheesecake, is amazing. There's this Bossa Nova, which Quincy Jones produced. Fabulous. There's some classics here. This was $1.99 from Oxfam. Some cracking, it's got all the sort of soul Bossa Nova, Desafinado, but really nice. Weather Report, the collection, brilliant. That was a couple quid. Now this was interesting. I saw this in Oxfam. It was $5.99, which is quite expensive. It's Lalo Schifrin, who did the music for Dirty Harry, the film with Clint Eastwood. And I saw a bit of a scribble on the front. I thought, what's that? And I can see it says to Maria, with all my respect and gratitude, best wishes, Lalo Schifrin. So it's a signed copy of this CD from 1994, and it sounds fantastic. It's the London Philharmonic, and it starts off with sketches of Spain, Down Here on the Ground, Chano, and it's just fantastic. Really lovely. Glad I got that. This was £1. Astrid Gilberto, that girl from Ipanema. It's not a very good version of it. It's a bit modern and fast, not as good as the Getz and Gilberto vinyl reissue series that we saw, but glad to have that. And she passed away last year, I think. So this was £1, which I could not let this go. Absolute stone cold classic. Herbie Hancock and Headhunters, fantastic. Speak No Evil, that was £1. Again, I couldn't let that go. And Sketches of Spain, Miles Davis, $2.99, Oxfam. So I'm still a vinyl nut, but I'm just picking up some classic jazz CDs that are just ridiculously cheap. I'll do another video. I've got some more more records that I want to show. Some from the Pablo label, which I've picked up, and there's a few more that have just dropped in, which I've become aware of from a friend in a jazz club that we've just started up. So I'll see you again soon. Have a good day. Have a nice weekend. Bye.